Raggedy Cargo 652 here, and today I'm going to be showing you the basics on how to use Source Filmmaker. So, firstly, I'm going to be showing you how to get Source Filmmaker, and then after that, I'm going to show you just a little bit of basics on how to basically use Source Filmmaker. So, first, you want to go over to where Steam is, and you want to search up in the store called Source Filmmaker. And once you get to this page here, you want to actually scroll all the way down where you see this here. And it's also free, by the way. And once you see it, you want to click the button here, and then you'll be able to start downloading from there. And then once you manage to get that downloaded and taken care of, you'll be able to open up Source Filmmaker. So I suggest having it out on the desktop or down in the tab here, whatever your suggestion is. But for me, I have it out on the desktop here, so then you can see the icon and all, and that's what this will look like. So without further ado, we'll actually double click on this to open it up. And if you're still having trouble of trying to find Source Filmmaker, I'll make sure to put a link to it below so that you can get to it easily. And of course, once you get your Source Filmmaker open, you'll have a pop-up open right here, which is basically what you're doing within this box here is making your new session or doing one of your recent or previous projects you would be making. And also opening up another session from like other sessions if you can't find it within here. So firstly, for just beginners, we're gonna just check out the new session spot. So we got one that's called name. It's for you to name your session however you want to call it. Your directory, so you know where all your sessions and renders would be. And your frame rate, depending on how your computer can actually handle. Let me do, actually, yeah. So what I'm going to actually name it is called SFM Tests, just for the generic basics. And then for my frame rate, for how I put it, I suggest putting it at 60. So that's what I'm going to be doing for myself. And then, of course, just start creating. And then click create. And then I'm going to actually adjust the window there. And right now it's just loading, taking its moment. Alright, so I think it's good now. So basically you'll be going upon a screen here, as you can see, Source Filmmaker itself. So you're probably confused and you're probably saying, how does this work? Like, how does everything work? Because you're probably going to be confused when you have everything open. So, firstly, what we're going to do is we're going to explain each parts of everything on this screen that I know of that I'm willing to share to you guys. So, what we're going to do is we're going to go check out down here real quick. So, I'm going to go hover to this part here, and you're going to left click, and you're going to drag it up. And then, as you can see here, what it's called a timeline. So, right here that we're in right now, this one is called Clip Editor. And this other one here is called Motion Editor. And this one is also called the Graph Editor. So right now, we're only going to look at the Clip Editor, which we are in right now. As you can see, this part here is what your picture is going to be turning out, how your sounds are going to turn out, and your overlays. Which these stuff we'll talk about later and all. Because right now we're just going to learn the basics, because we are a beginner at this at the moment. So, as you click onto these things, this one is what the motion editor looks like. And this is what the graph editor looks like. So we'll hover back over to where the clip editor is, because we're going to just sit tight in there for right now. And what we're going to do is we're going to go back to this spot here and left click and then hold the left click down and drag this down just a bit slightly to where you can kind of at least see everything that's at this bottom here of your timeline. So what we're going to do next is we're going to figure out how we're going to load in a map. As you can see here, this is saying no map loaded. So basically you just got a black screen here. So how to load one in, you want to right click onto this screen here, and then you want to go all the way down to where it says load map. So you want to click that, and then you got this pop up here, which you're going to be loading any type of map that you manage to get from the workshop or anything in general. So for starters, we're going to search up stage, which I'll just demonstrate it once more. So in here, in this filter, you want to type in just stage, and then we're going to just do this first one right here. So we're going to just click that, and then make sure it's highlighted and all. And we want to click open. And as you can see, it's doing loading map. So depending on your end, it may take a little longer, or it may be quick. Especially for how mine turned out, because mine just was quick enough. So once you manage to get to see this type of screen, I suggest we're going to actually move this part down just a bit so we can see more of those screens. So there we go. And then of course, in this area here, to understand, this one here is called the select. This one is to move. This one here is to rotate. And this one is just for screen. And then of course in this mid here is this part here is called the first frame, previous clip, previous frame again, and then this one's record, of course, play, next frame, next clip, and then last frame. And then this one here is auto aim, which I slightly know how it works, but I'm not 100% sure. So I suggest don't worry about this piece for now. But right now our main focus is with this one right here, which is of course the camera. So because right now we don't have a camera at the moment, but we will be soon. So what we're going to do is we're going to firstly put ourselves in work camera mode. So what you're going to do is you're going to just click it, and as you can see, you got yourself in work camera. Because what we're going to do now is we're going to actually move inside this map. So what we're going to do is we're going to left click on the screen here, and you're going to use WASD to move around. So let's just take a nice brief moment and actually get a nice good view of this map. Be able to move up or look up and look down. And to move up and down is Z for up and X for down. So take your time to actually like move around and just get the nice feel of this map and just play for a bit. Like just be able to get to understand and know how things work, you know? Alright, so once you're actually done with that, I suggest try to get like a nice good general position. So I suggest we just get ourselves probably at this angle, so we're looking at this little orange platform that they provide us for this map. Because right now what we're going to do next is get our camera. So we're going to hover over to here, but we're going to go to where this down arrow is. So you're going to click on that, and then you're going to go all the way down to where it says change scene camera, and you want to click new camera. And as you can see, this changed from work camera to camera 1. And if we actually click work camera and actually move around for a moment, you see this is your camera. This is how your camera is going to look when you move outside of it while using your work camera. So you're able to see the white lines, and basically within these white lines that are coming in from right here at these parts is what you're only seeing on this part here, as you can see here. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go back into camera 1. So get ourselves back into here again. And right now what we're going to move on to next is I'm going to show you guys how to get the secondary viewport, which I'm not too sure on your end, you probably have it. If not, I'm going to show you how. So to get the secondary viewport, you want to go over to where it says Windows on this top left corner. So you want to click on that, and you want to scroll all the way down to where Secondary Viewport is, and just click it. And once you click it, for me, it will pop up right here, but this is how it would actually look for your end though. I'm going to just pull it out and just set it like that. So it wouldn't be like small like this, it would just generally be a little bit big like this size. This is what it would look for your end. Now, to how to get it set up for how I had before, is what you want to do is you want to grab left click and hold, and then hold it down and then start dragging, and you want to hover over to this part here, and you'll see these other squares. So there's one to the left, right, up, down, and the little plus sign type of shape with the white boxes there as well. So for me, I would want to try to hover to, well, actually before we do that, let me actually move this to the side a bit so you can actually get it in there. So let me do it again. So left click, hold down. I'm going to drag it over to where this square is right here. And what it's doing is if you have it hovered over, you'll see the white block that's over to the right there. You can see that's where it's going to show where it's going to be placed. So if I did it here, that's where it's going to be. There, center, down. That's how the outcome of it will be. So if I place it here, it'll start now display it for you into this part here. So for you, however you want to do it, you can have it wherever you want. You don't have to do it exactly how I'm showing you in this video. So you can have it anywhere you like. I mean, it's part of your own type of creativity on how you want to do things with your source film. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually adjust it. So I'm going to click here and just pull it to the left by sliding it to the left with my mouse. And kind of just make it back to even for how I had it before. And there we go. So we got it nicely, perfectly set it up here. So now, I guess the next thing we're going to take a look at is, of course, this spot right here. Which, of course, this is where you get to add things, which that will, I'll actually show you guys in the next video. So, firstly, of course, there's File, Edit, Windows, of course, I showed you how to get the secondary viewport. That's where you get it from. View, Scripts, and Help. Normally, you don't have to really pay attention to any of these stuff unless you need to get your secondary viewport out again. It's just, you just have to, like, click this, and then, of course, click secondary viewport, and that's how you get it. But I think you only have to do it just once, but it kind of depends on how things go for your end. So, and of course, under Edit, there's all those kind of settings here. View. You can have your thing in full screen. If you click on it, as you can see, I have it as full screen now. So I can basically see everything easily. And if I show normal, it's just windowed, basically. That's what it kind of means by that. Scripts. Don't worry about those at the moment. Because right now, we're just doing just the easy generic stuff. And of course, there's like help as well. So like, if you need like actual serious questions, you can just contact them and all that. So that's all information there that you can do and whatnot from that end. And of course, this part here is actually kind of important. It's actually important, actually, is the file. So if you click down on that, you can see you can create a new session, open up a previous session, save, and save as, and of course, close. And then there's these other things as well: load map, import, export, community, downloadable content, of course, quit. Quit is when you're exiting out of the source filmmaker. The close, though, if you click this, it's when you'll be, like, basically it's kind of like doing like a new, like, session for you when you close it. Like, it's gonna, so basically you'll basically go back to like how we were seeing it at first. So it will show the no loaded map here, etc, etc. So that's what that will be the turnout for when you click that. So other than that, so that's basically the generics that you would basically need to know for now. So yeah, so that's all I'm going to be showing you with this for today. I'll be working on making the second episode, which will involve of how to get a model out. So, as always, I'll see you guys on the next one. Goodbye!
Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching. If you like what you saw, why not leave a like or comment below to see more like these? If you like everything you see here, why not subscribing to my channel to see more for your entertainment?